time in 22 years, there's a new face in the big boss's chair at Pigworks. That's the nonprofit behind the annual Flying Pig Marathon here in Cincinnati. And we are joined by the new CEO, Doug Olberding. Doug, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here.
Am I right, though, about a temperature like this? If you're going to pound the pavement, 50 is a pretty good place to be.
Beautiful. I snuck in 2.5 miles this morning.
Okay.
So just to, get up, get around the block, come back home. This is the perfect weather for running.
Crisp and invigorating.
Yes.
So you are the new CEO. You are not new to the game. 20 years on the board. You completed, is it 7 full marathons?
Yes.
7 full marathons. So what are you, obviously a wealth of experience, but what are you bringing to this position in terms of directions you want to go that maybe are a little different, things you definitely want to keep the same, stuff like that?
Well, so Pigworks, we have been, the 26 years, right?
Yeah.
And we have really developed a competency and a skill around putting events on. We do that really, really well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in the Cincinnati area don't realize that we are a nonprofit organization, right? And we do more than put on races, right? We have our youth program, our Fly Up to the 5K program, our incremental mile. We have Pig Abilities, we have our charity program, we have our scholarship program. So I really want to build out the organization and allow the people of Cincinnati to see everything that we do to improve this community. I mean, really, it's about weaving fitness into the fabric of this community. Fitness and movement, yes.
You know, it's sort of interesting because I know so many people do think of the Flying Pig as a means for different charities to raise money, but what they may not realize is that Pigworks itself is a charity that then helps those other charities.
Right, that's exactly it. And that's part of, I think, the next 5 to 8 years is going to be about building that part of the organization. We will continue to put on excellent races. We do that very, very well. This year, last year was our 25th anniversary, and this is the first time coming off an anniversary year that our registrations have surpassed the previous anniversary year. So we feel like there's a renewed energy around running and fitness coming out of the pandemic. We've seen our registrations keeping pace and surpassing previous year's marks. So right now we're getting ready for the 14K brewery run, and we are running ahead of last year. The Queen Bee is also pacing ahead of last year.
I was just going to say, so we got a while until we get to the great big one here, the Flying Pig. But you do have those other races for folks who have never done those races before. Break them down for us real quick.
Well, so we have we do events around the calendar, right? So let's start in January. So we start in January. Our first one is the Bach Beer Run, right? So that usually ends. It's in February or March, depending on the weekend. But that is a 5K. It's the first of our beer series. Then, of course, we move into Flying Pig Marathon Weekend, where we have 10 events over the course of the entire weekend, including the marathon, the 5K, 10K, the Pig Abilities Run. It's a true running festival.
Yeah.
In the summer, we have our event with FC Cincinnati. That's a 3-miler. And then we get to now September, where we have the 14K brewery run. And this celebrates Cincinnati's brewing heritage. It runs past some of the old iconic breweries, and it's 14K. And so the cool thing about that is I don't think there is another 14K race.
I can't think of a 14K anywhere else.
So if you've never run it before, you're guaranteed to get a PR.
That's a great point. That's a great point. And then the Queen Bee.
And the Queen Bee, right? This celebrates women. This is our women-focused event. Men can run it, but if you're a man and you run it, would make you start in the back of the pack. You have to start in last corral.
Okay,
but it's okay. You can come down. But this is one of the high marks on our calendar. We just love this event so much, and it's become this really sort of celebration. I remember as we were planning it, we thought of this as let's set up this race as this is like a girls' weekend. This is what you would do with your friends. So it's themed very different than a lot of our other events.
Well, congrats on the new position. If folks want to find out about any of the races or any of the charitable things going on for Pigworks, best way to do that?
FlyingPigMarathon.com. That's the best place to go. So
easy
www.flyingpigmarathon.com. You can find all of our events there, the schedule, and everything that we do is there.
Sounds great. Thanks for coming in. Congrats on the gig.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hey there. Yeah, you could stop watching right now, but let's be honest, you don't want to do that. Hit the links or click subscribe to see more amazing content from all of us here at Local 12.